Hello guys, it's your friend Dragon Jesus, Dr. Wake Walker. Oh, I'm just kidding, Dragon Jesus. Oh, that was a great nickname, but this is gonna be a serious video about some alchemy pictures that paintings that are made in the medieval ages or before or later. Old pictures, old paintings that depicts alchemy. And I want to urge you to check out Mind and Whale's channel. He is much better than me in going into literature, and he does a great job. I hate reading. I'm more of a practical guy, I got ADHD, so I gotta work with that. That part of me that hates reading, I have to do things my way. And that has allowed me to discover something very unique. I call it optical sequencing of petrified biology. Now, I don't know how sequencing of liquid matter works in a laboratory, but this is like an ultra simplified way of doing it, You don't need soft tissue, you don't need to put it in an analytical machine, and I'll show you. I can prove to you. Some will not be able to see it, I get that, but some people see it, so I'm talking to you guys who find this interesting and worth checking out. Those who can't see it, they either become trolls or just say things out of ignorance, taking out the context. So never mind the haters, or if you're a hater and want to tell me that these mirror pictures are fake, can you please tell me why the context isn't valid? Try to explain that. I challenge you. But first things first, we're gonna look at some of the alchemy pictures as seen from Mind and Whale's videos. Yeah, these pictures is depicting like alchemy and magic and stuff like that, where they put this semen or blood in a jar, sealed it, and combined with things. I don't know what kind of stuff you need, but they seal this like a closed womb, an artificial womb, and they create these creatures with alchemy, right? And they become homunculus, and they can possess people, and I even have like an invisible being homunculus on a video. I got a picture of him. I filmed it. It was right in front of me. But you need eyes to see, and you need knowledge to be aware of how this works. That it is in fact there, that it is in fact as real as you and me, to be able to see it. But I want to focus on the dragons and the alchemy paintings that depicts the dragons, because this is pretty interesting. If you don't have the knowledge about the mud fossils and what's going on about that, you need to see the reality right under your feet. We are standing on dragons and giant creatures, Yeah, so let's take at this mind-blowing painting of a three-headed dragon, As you can see, there's a cross and a sun and a moon and some flowers coming out of his belly. Now I'm gonna tell you why his belly is red. That's because it's explaining that they used the blood of the dragon to resurrect him, or to create a new dragon. And from that new dragon, more vegetation is created. It's growing from the moon here. Now, if you look at the crosshair, it look like it's kind of techy or something. Those lines, and it's like a motherboard, like a computer kind of situation going on there. I don't know what that means, but it could mean that this was done with help of some kind of technology. You know, I believe there must have been natural dragons, but I think the smaller dragons, some of them at least, are created from alchemy. And some of them could have been hundreds of miles in size, you know. There is this thing about spontaneous generation, you know, like growing spontaneously, that Mind Unveiled is going into. If you want to look at that, he will mention some of the spontaneous generation thing. So there might not be any limit to how small the creature is from birth time, and could grow to any size in a matter of days or hours, who knows. It's just like in that series, Attack on Titan. Allegedly, it's based on true story. So they got this spontaneous generation, right? So there is a lot of these three-headed dragons going on. That seemed to be a common theme. I found lots of these without even searching three-headed. And guess what? I think I have found a three-headed dragon. A hydra species, yeah. So I have this new Mudfossil decode for you, thanks to some pictures I took this summer from a boat. There is this island out on the fjord called Eyeland, which has pretty tall mountains, and it's a pretty amazing island. Now, I don't think it's part of this local fossil or the Mudfossil that this city is standing on, because it looks different. Now, we have already done this with these other Mudfossils, these other three Mudfossils. So the same rules applies to this, you can assume. This is creating the impression of whatever it is made of, whatever Mudfossil this is part of. And it could might as well be part of this Russian Mudfossils because of where it is located in relation with this area. Now, I recently had a comment saying mirror images are fake, but you know, it's very easy to say without the context. Now, you can see on this picture without the mirror that you can use the patterns to decode the faces of these giant creatures. But those patterns aren't always that blatant, so you might have to use a little bit of effects to make it blatant, you know, to make it more obvious. And you get these impressions, you can make them even more clear, like 200% more blatant than the original photo, thanks to the effects. And you can create these amazing totems of creatures. That's pretty cool, you know. And by doing this, we're kind of decoding the petrified tissue of a gigantic creature, you know. It is the biology of the dragon we're looking. Yeah, so let me show you this here. That was made from the picture of this photo of Eyeland. You see that? That's a triple dragon. That's right, a triple dragon impression. So it probably looked like this one of these at least. Or maybe it was a multi-headed dragon. So there you go. That's how you know this tissue is dragon biology. There you go. That's how you do photographic sequencing. I'm not just creating art here, you know. This is an innovation. This is a pioneering project, you know. What do you mean it's fake? You're really saying that you can see that dragon impression like from the original photo just by looking at it like this. Try to see it. It's probably now you can probably see it because I show you, but you gotta look really closely, probably, and doesn't become like a totem, like rock and roll totem picture you can hang on the wall, or I put it on a hoodie or something. Yeah, I'm gonna make this available for my hoodie shop now, so you can get one too for a Christmas present. Or I don't care about making money. You can buy a print from me if you put the email, and I can ship you a print for cheap price. I have some prints laying around, but I don't try to sell them. I don't care about money. Regardless, it's an innovation. And I want to see other people do this. I want to see what results other people around the world can get. That is what I'm looking forward to. That I'm not the only one doing this. So I want you people to join me in on this. Let's see what dragon impressions we can make from the Himalaya mountains, or those kinds of mountains, or Alaska, or Antarctica. By the way, if you flip this around, you're gonna get this more like a humanoid looking figure here. So yeah, we got this alien looking figure here, and that is very interesting. That is a sequence, maybe that was part of the microbiome of this dragon. It's some mythology of the Chinese dragon mythology is both humans and animals came from the dragon, so it's also a possibility that we could have been like creatures such as us could have been part of giant creatures. You can see here this three-headed dragon here is also part of the landscape, the natural landscape. So you see his belly is also a mountain here, so they probably knew. They probably created gigantic dragons with alchemy. The cross there and the sun, that could be a symbol of resurrection. Maybe we discovering this three-headed dragon here is kind of resurrecting our acknowledgement of this dragon. Maybe it's the same dragon. Who knows? But that is just a wide guess. We have very little evidence of that. I should visit that island and then I can get more clues. Crater Earth, it was a good idea, but it could still be different. But I guess that it was kind of like a rabbit hole that was so worth checking out. However, the 400-year reset data, I think that came from FPV Angel, so credit should be given him for that, so check him out. Yeah, so do you see how amazing that is? How important this is? Thanks to this we can very easily confirm that these are different species, and here we got 3 dragons, 3 Mudfossils laying on top of each other. We got a 25-kilometer one that is right out on the other side of the fjord here, and we got the 400-kilometer that is the ground foundation of the city, and then we got that island, Landegode, that is under that one again. So I say that's pretty much a layer of 3 different dragons. This is basically showing that these reset cycles must have happened multiple times. That's pretty amazing. You see how important this is? Go ahead and share this video, to someone who cares, to someone who has the knowledge of the mudfossils, at least, who are into this kind of stuff. By the way, this 25-kilometer mudfossil outside the city here. Now I cannot help but notice the trees and the vegetation on this mudfossil. It's not old trees and not big trees. They're very young, very new trees, just small trees. There's a little bit bigger trees at the side, but there's still, even those are pretty small. So what does that tell you? Maybe that mudfossil didn't happen that long time ago, So what I did was to try to predict how this happened, and I did it in such a way that I shuffled the cards, in such a way that they could jump out like at random. And I got this number 310. I got that number three times, So that could happen 310 years ago, according to this prediction I did. According to this theoretical reset timeline. We see here that last reset that could happen about 300 years ago. This city was bombed in 1940. All the civilians, basically murdered in the city. So 200 years before that, this dragon became this mountain, probably, and they bombed the people, the civilians, to pieces to make them forget, maybe. Who knows? Somebody probably knew back then. Really think this happened thousands of years ago, or millions of years ago? Doesn't seem like that. Not according to this vegetation that is growing on top of it. I will make another video discussing that further, probably next year when I go to visit that area. As you can see now, this really is showing what happened in the past. It's confirming multiple resets, What if the last days is all the time? What if the last days are happening over and over again, But we have collective amnesia. These events are so traumatizing that some people might be suppressing the process of becoming aware of this. At least we can show this to people who are able to open up their minds to it, or able to see it. Yeah, so there you go. That's how to decode and reveal the genetic code. Petrified tissue just by using photography. But what happened in the past, Nothing we are told is true. It's all just lies. When we realize what the earth is made of, that's becoming pretty blatant. Things must have happened multiple times. And the gigantic serpents and dragons of incomprehensible size? When is the next time this is gonna happen? Are the so-called reset cycles connected to these giant creatures? I think so. Now, it says in the Bible that the last days is gonna be like the days of Noah and the days before. And that men's hearts will fail. But there's no mention of such creatures. They don't specifically say how big they freaking are. But they are apparently so shockingly huge that you can probably die just by witnessing such a creature. So to be prepared in case this happens again or anytime soon in your lifetime, you see what Nikola Tesla said? You should have that epiphany that this is as real as real can be. It's physical, you can see it, smell it, touch it. Now that experience, that epiphany, realizing this, is kind of like a psychedelic trip kind of thing, It's a great, huge shift in your consciousness. It can last for a while, but you should go through it. You need to come to this realization, because then you are prepared. Yeah, then you are prepared. You won't be so shocked that you're gonna die instantly. because you're prepared that this could happen. And that epiphany experience inside, it's like an experience you only can have one time. It's only gonna work one time. Think about that. Chasing the dragon. Originally, it has nothing to do with heroin, yeah? Someone made that up to programs. Obviously, a way to ridicule the awareness of dragons and associate it with extreme drug abuse. That's gaslighting, the evolution of your consciousness. That's pretty obvious. Now, a dragon whose head is 2,000 miles wide probably not welcome such a small world we have been told we live on. And neither a flat disk, right? Not in this size. Whatever the world is, or how big it is, what it looks like, what shape, whatever shape it has, it's gotta be bigger. Or these things will not be able to walk here, to exist here. So it gotta be bigger, you know? But does the plane like expand in all directions forever? Or is there a limit to the body we are on? This, we call it angel particle matrix research. I don't know if he have all the answers, or if he has any idea or what is beyond or known or given cartography, because there gotta be something, right? Yeah, so I think that was pretty much it for this video. Click a like and subscribe if you have not done that already. Give a comment and maybe share this, because yeah, it might be important that people get that awareness. You know? Maybe it's worth you sharing this to someone who cares about discovering this. Have a nice day. Bye bye.